Today I'm going to tell you about some of my dreams. These are not ambitions or aspirations. They don't happen when I am asleep. They are not daydreams. If anything, the closest analogous form I can think of is a sort of vignette. In the first dream, I walk through a busy city at night. I come across an alley outside a restaurant, and I see a beautiful woman smoking a cigarette. I approach her and ask her for a cigarette. I promptly smoke it, and it is the first and last cigarette I will ever smoke in my life. In the second dream, I walk through the rainy streets of a Japanese city and find a small, family-run ramen shop. I go inside, wet from the rain, and have the best bowl of ramen that I've ever had. In dream number 3, I make French toast after a one-night stand. In dream number 4, I have lunch outside an Italian villa with a white and red checkerboard tablecloth. The sun is bright and the sky is cloudless. In the next dream, I stand in the shallows in a bay in Greece. In a similar dream, I swim at this beach until so fatigued that I fall asleep on the sand. I dream of riding in a rickety carriage through the snow while dressed like Lady Maria from Bloodborne. I dream of eating cherry pie with ice cream and black coffee at the counter of a diner where the waitresses wear retro blue uniforms. Okay, so why am I talking about all these cringy dreams? I think because they're good to analyze. I haven't even shared the details of all these dreams, but I suspect they are so hyper-specific because I have a habit of making pledges, promises, and other forms of absolute contracts with a dangerous level of uncompromising resolve. Recently I saw a film called The Phoenician Scheme, directed by Wes Anderson, and the main character, Zaza Korda, at one point says the line something like, "Break but never bend." And this line obviously appeals to me and my sense of absolutes. For example, I claim that I will live to be 101 whether I want to or not. I have told people this. I've told friends and family and strangers. Do those sound like the words of a stable person? I've noticed this delusional confidence of mine is a bad habit. It is derived from massive arrogance and conceit and whatever else is wrong with me. All of my grand goals and ambitions to do with writing and reading and training were more than anything. These were just healthy outlets for me to feed my own delusion. That might be why this year I don't have specific goals for these hobbies. Typically my big thing is striving for greatness and being more than I am. But I think this year all I want is a sense of peace. Because when it comes down to it, I don't hustle, I don't grind, and I don't lock in. I try hard, and if things don't work out, I beat myself up about it. But this year, I will accept myself, my lack of various qualities, my insecurities, even that, the phrasing of that, lacking something, kind of the wrong syntax, the wrong vernacular, the wrong way to look at this problem. I simply need to accept what I am and be what I am. Here I am, and here I remain. Okay, yeah, that's most of the serious stuff covered. I can be a little bit more freeform now. I do feel sad more often these days. I think in the last 3 months and this new year, I'm sad more often than I'm not sad. But at the same time, it feels like things are getting better. So there's these contradictory feelings where it's like, I know it's bad, but the only way out is through. Which is not comforting in the traditional sense, but it is reassuring, which is basically the same thing. So that's good. I think the point I'm trying to make about these vignette-style dreams is that instead of simply living life, I picture these exact moments that I want to embody. And I seem to think that if I am better, if I am stronger, if I am richer, if I am better traveled, then in some way I will one day step into this scene, embody it exactly as if into a painting, and I will tick off this moment. It'll glitter, stars will sprout out of my fucking ass, and it'll be amazing. But if I can accept what I am without beating myself up and without striving for greatness, because these dreams seem to be part of that desperate striving, that pathetic striving, then maybe I will have dreamlike moments every day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
With that said, I do really want to ride in a rickety carriage through the snow while dressed as Lady Maria, because that sounds fucking sweet. I am noticing symptoms of my past resurface. A sort of passive ideation occasionally pops into my head. I can't tell you what that ideation is about because of the platform that I'm speaking on right now. I haven't had those thoughts in a long time. And for them to suddenly spring back so constantly, like pretty regularly every day, it's not quite worrying, but it is some. No, you know what is worrying? I don't know why I said it wasn't worrying. It's definitely worrying. And occasionally on impulse, you might kind of take a step towards doing that. Not a metaphysical step, I mean a literal step. Like if you think, like the other day, I was at my computer and then I thought, we should just do it. And then I got up and went to look for my work knife, which I always leave in my bathroom. I leave a lot of shit in my bathroom, don't ask about that. But then I went in there, but I'd left my knife at work. So then I figured, I'll just do it tomorrow. But then that obviously gets me thinking, like, that's what if I hadn't forgotten my knife at work? I actually leave my work knife at work now on my desk, kind of just as a safety net, like a, hey, don't do it, that kind of thing. It's not funny. I didn't really go into this video with much of a plan. I was just going to talk about these dreams and see what they meant. But I think I can perceive now how they align with my tendency to be too rigid. Anyway, it is incredibly hot right now because my city is going through a heat wave and I want to go to sleep early. But if you've made it this far, thank you for listening.